Good morning to everyone of class 7 standard. Today we'll continue the same chapter, heat energy. Okay. So here today's discussion is about the relationship between the different types of thermometric scales. So we are just talking about this one. Relation between different types of thermometric scales. Okay, so different types of thermometric scales means Celsius scale, Fahrenheit scale, and Kelvin scale. So C, K, and F. These three types of scales are present. We know that Celsius, Kelvin, Fahrenheit. So relationship between C and F. Suppose if you are just talking about the relationship, then we all know that is C by 5 is equal to F minus 32 divided by 9. So this is the first relation between Celsius scale and Fahrenheit scale. Second one, second one, suppose if you are talking about then F and C. So F and C, from here you will get that relationship. Okay, so F and C means you from here, if you just change that one, the same relationship you can also write down, or simply you can write down that C is equal to 5 by 9 f minus 32, or this relation is also the same. Okay, for C and F and C relationships, the same equation, this equation and this equation, anyone you choose, the same result will come. Okay, so question, then third one, that Celsius and Kelvin, C and K. Suppose if you talk about, then K is equal to C plus 273.15. That means if you add 273 in simple manner, you can simply tell that one 273. So if you add 273 with any Celsius value, then the Kelvin will be converted, Kelvin will come. So that is the actual relationship between these two. Next one, fourth one, suppose if you talk about that Fahrenheit and Kelvin, so F and K, if you just talk about, then in this case this numerical may come from this relation, that F minus 32 into 5 by 9 plus 273.15. That means F minus 32, which is coming from here 5 by 9, that look, this C is equal to what? This C is equal to this one. Okay, so this value of C we are putting here. So this value of C we are putting in this place. So we are getting this one, and all the terms or all the Celsius is converted to the Fahrenheit, and already this one is present. So that one. Okay, so K is equal to this. So this is the relationship between these two. So from here numerical will come in the exam. Next one, heat and its effect. Okay, so what actually heat can do, and what are the effects we are getting from the heat if you apply the heat on a body. Heat and its effects. Okay, so one by one we are just talking about this one. So first one, suppose if you talk about, you know that one, that simply if you just think, if a material body having mass m is present, if you apply heat on the body, heat energy, q amount of, q is always denoted as heat energy, so q amount of heat on the body, then what will happen? Temperature will rise up, deformation can take place. Okay, specific heat can be changed. So these all things are just possible. So change in temperature, first one, that is given on your book also. So change in temperature, how it is possible? Change in temperature, suppose this material body initially is in a cold condition, that means maybe the temperature present initially, the normal temperature 10 degrees centigrade, maybe in winter time, maybe is present here on the body. Now you have given suppose 1 joule of heat energy to this body, then definitely you know that one, whenever the heat energy will be applied on a body, then temperature will rise. So definitely the temperature will go on rising, that means it will make go to 30 degrees centigrade temperature. Clear? So in this way, so 10 degree to 30 degree centigrade temperature is just actually achieved by the body. So 20 degree change you can get here, isn't it? So that is the change in temperature. Why the change is coming up? Because of the application of the heat here. So that is the effect. Next one, that change in dimension. Heat can just change the dimension of the body, we all know that one. How it can able to change the dimension of a body? Suppose if you take a piece of rod, okay, material rod, that means iron rod maybe, is just with you, and you have applied some amount of heat to the body. So we know that one, this make the dimension can change, dimension will definitely change. It can increase in length, it can bend also. Suppose this type of shape can also be achieved after application, or the length of this iron rod can also increase. Okay, so this is because of the application of heat here. So heat is doing what? Heat is changing the dimension of the body. Original dimension is this one initially, and the final dimension is this one after application of the heat. So heat can do this type of effects also. Next one, number C, that is the change in state. So we all know that from the class, from class 6 standard, we all are just reading this one, that how the change in state is happening. Solid to the liquid state, liquid to the gaseous state can be possible by the application of heat. Suppose you are having one piece of ice cube you are with you. Now you have applied heat on this ice cube, then what will happen? Definitely it will be converted to the water, isn't it? So if you just see this process, this is a change in state. This is a solid one, and this one is a liquid. Clear? Now again, if you apply heat to this water, then definitely it will be converted to the gaseous state. So in this way, what is happening? Whenever the heat is applied on a body, then the change in state is possible. So this is the thing. Next one is what? Chemical change. Chemical change is what? That whenever, suppose you are talking about so many examples here, few relationships are there in nature, few chemical changes are there in nature, due to what you can just simply get the different types of substances after giving the application, after application of heat. Potassium chloride on your book, that is actually uh, KClO3. Suppose if you talk about this type of example which is given in your book, that potassium chlorate on heating decompose to form the potassium chloride and oxygen gas. Okay, so this example is very important. So potassium chlorate, when you are having with you, whenever you will apply heat on that potassium chlorate, then it will be converted to potassium chloride, KCl, and oxygen gas from here. Okay, so this is because of the application of the heat, you can write down. Next one and last one, effect of living beings. So many times we know that one, in case of heat in cold areas, maybe this type of phenomena you have just noticed, that in the cold areas what is happening, that the, suppose if you talk about a pond where some water is actually reserved, so in this portion the topmost portion is just converted to the ice. Okay, so how the actually the fishes and all these things which are present on the pond, they will live, actually they will live in this, inside that one, because of what? Inside portion is not converted to the ice, it is remaining in the water form, that means in liquid form, and the topmost surface will be converted to the ice because of the heat. This you will just, the anomalous expansion of water, this one you will read in the higher classes. So these all are the effects. Also, thank you for today.